heading into the final? We are in the final. Who do you think will be going through and winning this? I'm not sure myself at the moment because these two teams are so good and they're so evenly balanced at the moment. I wonder if Blueberry's going to stretch that. Just really experienced, but we will be seeing that FroG versus BYOB. BYOB playing on the red team, FroG playing on the blue team. We're going to be seeing these two teams coming out on the map and on the splits right now. So we do see Kyle actually going to cross over straight away over towards the henge at the moment, and we're going to see Kashmir just holding onto the point as well. We're going to be seeing Bullet2 Joe is going to try and hold up Kyle, possibly pretty much knowing Kyle hasn't got much of a chance against three guys from blue as they come back into the point now. It does very much, it's going to leave two of blue at the moment, trying to fend off three of red, as we do see a lot of support coming out from Barnum, who's the Spirit Ranger. Popco's just going down there as well, very quickly as well, but they are outnumbered, so blue need to try and get some support here as soon as possible. They have in the form of Kashmir. Blue is now stretching across the point, trying to push them away as much as possible. Try and push Arcofan right back, and also trying to get the Ranger off as soon as possible as well. We do see Endinas has actually gone and decapped Henge, so blue need to try and get this point back as soon as they can. We do see the Bullet2 Joe and Alice Lost trying to get that back right now. Edinar just heading it right back up to mid as well, just having a look, see if we've got any mid fighting going down. Blue is actually a little bit caught up there, trying to get back to the mid fight. Going to see them potentially doing pretty well. It looks like they're cleared out most of red at the moment. Grotch went down a bit. And it looks like they've pushed Barnum out now as well towards the henge. He's just going to try and reset, potentially come back in. But Kashmir looks like he's going to be chasing him down along with Blueberry. He's just going to be bunkering on the point quite well. Do see them rotating well. Warriors trying to stick on the points a bit more often than not. I'm going to have a quick look because it does look like we've had a DC. But at the moment, they're not doing too badly, and blue have got an extra point over them at the moment. We're just going to have a look to see how long they're going to let this flick over to. Not sure what to do. 45 versus 45. It's up to them at the moment. Not sure at the moment what's going to happen. So, guys, you're just going to have to bear with us as this happens. I'll see, because it's FroG as well, already got the disadvantage of being one down, and it is the finals in the first game. Not sure on the start on the way on the DC, but he has come back indeed into the game, so we seem to be okay. We're going to keep going, I think. I think this is going to keep going. I would like to see it keep going if possible. I don't know. I just asked the question. I'm not going to... I don't want to force these guys to keep playing unless... he's literally come back. So it's like a 30-second DC. It wasn't too long. Not too bad. And they're not that far ahead. I mean, they'll probably win now. Just be unlucky for FroG. That's not really fun for them. But hey ho, they're not really got lucky with the DCs. Crotcheton now going down at mid. Looks like Barnum is going to try and bail off there as soon as possible. Bullet Tooth Joe just giving a little bit more AoE to try and get all those spirits down, getting off that stun as well, but not getting it off onto Barnum now. He's going to try and do that, but now Kyle is trying to get as much as he can. It's just going to try and basically try and get the henge as soon as possible. They need to get rid of this 2-cap, and they have indeed got Alice Lust down. Really, really good job. Probably didn't need to worry about him too much being off the point, but I do want to make sure that he's out of this fight so they can focus on getting this point down for him. But at the moment, Popko's actually done a very, very good job for BYOB, and he's moved over to the mine point and has actually got the decap. So we do see that is a very, very good move for them. Barnum is actually still fighting with Bullet Tooth Joe. He's doing very, very well because he can just free range off that point and free cast his bow and just do an insurmountable amount of damage. Bullet Tooth Joe's not going to be able to do much because he can get his health back, but not as much as Barnum. But Ed is actually coming back onto the point now, going to try and get his burst damage off to Bluetooth Joe and finish him off point as well. So someone needs to get on that point for Red and get that cap going again. Unfortunately, Blue have capitalised on the fact that Red aren't moving around the map too well at the moment. The rotation's slightly off and they're starting to lose a little bit of focus, but we do see they're starting to move into mine now. 2 versus 1 up against Popka, which is not going to be good in his favour whatsoever, especially with a warrior there. We do see a 2 versus 2 fight now at the mid as Bluetooth Joe's moved back onto the midpoint. You see Red have capped this and they are slowly getting some more points away. He was on Vengeance, unfortunately going down there. Grotcheton not going to be doing... He's going to try and hold this basically. Sorry, not Grotcheton. Alistar's going to have to bail out there to try and get back to one of the team points. Try not to give those points away that they've actually been getting. Made a tiny error there because I was almost assuming that Grotcheton was on his own, but he wasn't. He wasn't on his own. He was okay. So at the moment, Blue is on the henge point versus Kyle, who's very strong in his spec at the moment, doing such a good job at holding the points. And it looks like potentially Blue is going to go down here very shortly. Kyle not sure how much of his cooldowns he's got left. Let's have a look on him. Oh, nice! Bobka just came in there right at the right time to get that burst down on Kyle. Oh, Blue did get interrupted by that. Oh, he's just going to leave him now. You don't need to kill him. You've got the point. Just let him bleed out. You don't want him to come back. That'll be pain in the ass. He's probably going to use Vengeance and get up and kill him. That wouldn't be fun for you. I think Blue realising now that they've got this at the moment, 110 points ahead. All they need to do is try and, at the moment, just keep this point, regroup, and maybe push out at the moment. But we do see Grotcheton just pushing people back, pushing people off the point, trying to get this point solidified in their name. The Ranger has still got mid. He needs to keep that point. He can't really venture off there because they are behind and they need to try and keep it as much as possible. Do you see Arco Fan is just venturing off the point? Got a lot of conditions on him at the moment because I think... Kyle's coming down in there for the res on Grotcheton. That was a nice res there. A lot of conditions going down on these guys at the moment. Having a look at the health bars and everything. Red getting significantly more conditions on them than Blue. Getting a lot more condition removal. Doesn't seem to be that much condition coming out from Red, really. There isn't really a lot. There is a fair bit probably from Barnum, but he's not really in the fights at the moment either. So he needs to try and get the Ranger in a bit more. Try and put the Warrior more Kyle onto the actual midpoints, try and get Barnum back in. But just seeing a very, very nice res on the side of Blue there. Alice Luster doing a very, very nice job in this spec. Nice combination of utilities as well, using them very, very effectively. A little bit of trouble here in just coming out of Death Shard. Got 12, got the stability and everything. She's going to get a little bit of health up as well from Grotcheton just in that corner. Just coming out of Death Shard soon, 2.5k in that. And Lysol's Force is running. Unfortunately, getting it very, very focused there. Grotcheton very, very low as well on HP, going down to about 10%. They did manage to get Alice Lost back up. And unfortunately, switching out, Grotcheton did go down there as he was trying to get down the down under. And obviously did get focused. Unfortunately, probably not the best person to go for that. Edenol looks like he's going to potentially go down there as well. So Red looking like they're in having a lot of problems over at mine in these team fights at the moment. Need to try and pick it up. Kyle has also just gone down. No one able to really res him or get any focus down on him at all. Oh, nice stun there. Just delaying the inevitable as he comes down. Grotch able to get back over there, but now they're kind of just feeding the mine. They're probably better off trying to focus over on the keep point at the moment because they're not really having that much luck. Unfortunately, Blueberry is kind of stuck. Probably could move up to mid to try and put a bit of pressure there, but I think. Yeah, it looks like Ranger's going to possibly move over to the mine point now, so we're going to see a bit of open play from Reds. They need to come back very quickly. They haven't really been going for the bosses or anything that could possibly have been something which would have helped them come back into this fight, especially in the big team fights where they could have got all the bonuses from all the extra points and stats that gives. I mean, Popka's now being chased by Barnum, and Popka is patient, actually chasing Arcovan up to the mid as well. Not sure he's opted for that now, as it seems to be in a bit of trouble. Oh no, potentially Red now zooming over to Henge to try and get that as soon as possible. Pretty much leaving, oh no, Barnum is actually moving back to mid. They're rotating around. They're actually going to switch out and they're going to head back over to the close point of them. But at the moment, it's not looking very good for FroG, as we do see 470 points currently for FroG and 277 for Red. They are being beaten at the moment by about 200 points, and it's not looking good for them. I do think that at the moment, Blue, all they need to do is keep one capture point and they have this game. Of course, we don't like to count people out, but it is at that kind of point in the game where this is what is happening. I'm not sure really what they can change. I mean, they've seemed to be... I had the DC, which is probably one of the main reasons they lost the flow of the game. And you get DC, it never helps. But it's good that we kept going, and hopefully that doesn't happen too much if we can avoid it. But nice one, guys. GG, and we'll move on to our second game.